How's it going, everyone? Buddy Candela here, and welcome to my video for the brand new monster tag. Typically I would wait until October to set up the spooky lighting and the posters, but this is when the tag came out, and in my mind, it's never too early to start celebrating Halloween. This tag was brought to my attention by my pal No Star Reviews and was originally created by Pet Monster and Monster Chic. Before I go ahead and get started, it would really help me out a lot if you guys smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. I come out with new videos every single week and a lot of them are horror related. Alright, I just pulled the questions up and without further ado, let's get started. What is your favorite monster movie? See, this one is tough because there's obviously a million that I could pick from. If we're talking monsters, I love Godzilla, Jaws. I love the classic Universal films like Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy. The old school Mummy films were actually the first horror movies I ever saw, but I think I'm gonna go with my first instinct. It's not a typical monster movie, as in it doesn't center around one specific monster. I really love Evil Dead 2, and honestly I think one of the scariest things in that movie is the fact that you never see the monster that's actually chasing Ash. It's just its POV the entire time. And of course all the Deadites are great in whatever the fuck that thing is. It's just all around a good time, and it's the perfect balance between comedy and horror. But if I had to pick one with an actual monster, I think I'll go with the giant claw. Where's the best place to go in a zombie apocalypse? Honestly, if we were talking about the best places I could feasibly go to, the logical answer would be a mall or a sporting goods store, or like No Star Review said, Cabela's or something like that. But if I could seriously go anywhere, I would probably say either a big castle surrounded by a moat, a deserted island, or space? Can zombies live in space? But yeah, I think all of those are good answers. But obviously the further away you can get from the zombies, I think would be the best option. But it's not like I have a space shuttle or anything, although that would be awesome. What feature about you is most monster-like? Okay, this one's easy. I'm a really hairy guy. Cue picture of me being extremely hairy right now. Jesus Christ, I look ridiculous. But yeah, obviously I look like a fucking werewolf, so I guess that's my most monster-like trait. What is your favorite monster costume on Halloween? I think I'm just gonna go with what is my favorite monster costume in general, like from a movie. Freddy's look is obviously iconic. Same with Jason's mask and Michael Myers and stuff like that. Obviously Dracula always has an iconic— whoa, okay, wait, I got my answer. Bram Stoker's Dracula with the fucking beehive and the robe. Perfect, gold. If I saw someone dressed like that as Halloween, I'd probably shit myself. But I guess to answer the actual question the tag wants, I'd probably have to say a Charlie Brown ghost. It's just so sad and pathetic. I mean, why wouldn't you give that kid a rock? Which do you prefer, superhero movies or monster movies? Monster movies, obviously. Get the fuck out of here. Which do you prefer, old monsters or new? I don't really know exactly what they're referring to when they say old and new, because you could say Michael Myers and Jason are new monsters because they're not black and white, but it's also 2017, so that makes them old. The way I like to refer to the monsters is you have the Golden Age, you have the Silver Age, you have the Bronze Age, and now you have the Modern Age. And for me, I'm old school. I really prefer the Golden Age monsters like Frankenstein, Dracula, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, all the classics. With no disrespect to the other monsters, I love the Hammer films, Godzilla obviously I'm a huge fan of, and I even like a lot of new monsters like the Babadook. Babadook. But yeah, for me, you just can't beat the classics. In a zombie apocalypse, what 3 things do you take with you in evacuation? Number 1 would probably be a chainsaw. You're not going to exert a lot of energy like you would with an axe or something like that. You'd be able to take a lot of them out with not that much skill. 2, probably a big truck like a monster truck or something like that, just so you can ride around, and if you run over zombies, it's not going to do any damage to the car. And I'd probably bring a dog around with me too, just for company, and they'd be able to sniff out some resources and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not really into the whole zombie craze with Walking Dead, so feel free to roast me in the comments if my answers suck. Which monster is the most disturbing? Does Donald Trump count? No, but for real, I really do consider the human monster to be the most disturbing monster of all. Everyone knows that monsters aren't real. There's no real creature from the Black Lagoon, there's no werewolves, but the human monster is very real. I'm talking about guys like Norman Bates and Psycho, because stuff like that can actually happen. And of course you've got notorious serial killers like Jeffrey Dahmer, who actually has a new movie coming out about him soon, and I'm really excited to see it and have the pleasure of working on it. And of course you can't even turn on the news anymore without hearing about another mass shooting or a hate crime. So in my opinion, humans are definitely the most disturbing monster of all. What would you do if you found a monster in your closet? I guess it really just depends on what kind of monster it is. Like if it was Mike Wazowski, I obviously wouldn't try to beat him up or anything. But if there's any actual spooky things hiding in my closet, there's one thing I would do. Stone Cold Stunner. Have you made a create not hate video? No, actually, this is the first tag video that I've ever done. It would be fun to do, and if it's something you guys would like to see, let me know down in the comments. What monster would you be for a day and what would you do? This one is really tough. I could say the Invisible Man and spy on everyone, or I could say something like King Kong and just rule an island for a day. I could say what No Star Reviews said and be the Cookie Monster and just smash on a bunch of cookies. But I think I'll just go with my gut and say that it'd be cool to be a vampire for a day. Vampires are my favorite type of monster, I would say. And I even took a whole class about vampires when I was in college, and I'm really interested in them. Plus, I just think it would be cool to turn into a bat and wolves and read people's minds. And I get to sleep all day, which I pretty much do anyway. Sexiest monster. This one is kind of tough too. I could just say Megan Fox in Jennifer's Body or Salma Hayek in From Dusk Till Dawn, but they're not really sexy when they're the monsters. They're sexy when they're in their human forms. I could say Vampira when she was in Plan 9, but she always makes that dumb face and is walking around like a lunatic. So I think I'm just gonna go old school with this one and say the Bride of Frankenstein. Although she's not what most people would call sexy, she's just got a classiness about her look. I don't know what it is. She's tall, she's got great hair, and it's still an iconic look that you see everywhere, even today. What monster would you least like to be? I could say Belial, because he honestly just looks like a hunk of shit. I could say Otis from Death Row Diner. That's a pretty obscure one for you. Being basically any B-movie monster would suck. Like the tree from In Hell It Came, or the robot monster, or whatever the hell that thing's supposed to be. But I think I'll go with Godzilla's son, Minya. Again, kind of a strange pick, but just imagine for a second that your dad is the king of the monsters and you're this piece of shit. Yeah, definitely Minya. Sorry I didn't pick like a scary monster or anything, but there's honestly no way you can get worse than that. I challenge you. When you were a kid, did you believe in monsters? Yeah, I think every kid at some point believes in monsters. Whether it's ghosts or monsters under your bed, kids really have an overreactive imagination. And for me, it's hard to believe that any kid doesn't believe in monsters at some point. And the last question, what monster scared your mother? I actually do have a good answer for this one. I remember my mom went to Blockbuster and rented a copy of The Ring on VHS back when it first came out. And in that movie, the whole thing is you watch the tape and then you die in 7 days. So I remember my mom was completely terrified for the next 7 days after she watched that movie because she thought something was going to happen. She didn't necessarily think she was going to die or anything like that, but it did give her a spooky kind of feeling. And plus, our family has horrible luck, so who knows what could have actually happened. So that is it for the monster tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, it would really help me out a lot if you guys gave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I really love making horror videos because it's my favorite genre of movie, and I just genuinely love talking about it all the time. If there's any horror related videos you guys would like to see me do, let me know down in the comments. I usually come out with a ton of horror related videos in October. I know for sure that I want to do some more 15 Phenomenal Facts videos and some more episodes of Lost on VHS. But if there's anything else you guys want to see, please let me know. Again, just thank you guys for watching, and having all this stuff back up again is really making me excited for around Halloween time. Take care, and I hope you guys have a great but spooky evening.